All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Saiki K, Season 1, Episode 16. Let's go.
Let's get some more. So we're introducing new characters recently.
Indeed.
We're doing more school shenanigans.
Yep.
We're advancing things a little bit in the kind of culture festival kind of area of things. So let's see if they continue that. But also having a little bit more of a larger cast means that we can then end up having new dynamics as, you know...
That's right.
Our delinquent boy has been brought in, Kuboyasu.
But we have
to kind of figure out his pecking order a little bit more.
Indeed.
Yes, and see which of these characters is truly worthy of being his senpai.
Right.
His master.
But then also, there are, like, a few characters in the OP that we still haven't met yet. So
That's true. Yeah. We still have yet to meet what very much seems to be grandparents as well as Saiki K.
Grandparents, yes. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion.
Judgment lights up.
God, this show is just
Oh
so
my
fucking
God.
funny. I
Oh my
love the
God.
brother protection date
That whole bit
that was like
wonderful.
half the episode. That was that was insane.
And it was wonderful. Like, because the brother is just actually crazy creepy.
the
right?
worst.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
worst.
like the
But he
huffing
forces-
her pillow.
He forces some of the coolest Teruhashi moments.
He does. He really does. And that's
Yeah.
I think why I'm like
You tolerate him.
I tolerate him, right?
Yeah,
because he keeps things moving, right?
He keeps things moving. Teruhashi basically ends up in more moments for her and Saiki to end up together.
Right.
And thus it's absolutely worth it.
But then at the same time, it also like is in its overly dramatic, creepy way, it's fun commentary on some of the tropes in anime that I'm not as big of a fan of, you know? So it's yes, it is great to see in that sort of roundabout, you know, like reason, you know. But
very much so, yeah.
But Saiki went on an actual date with Teruhashi.
He went on an actual date with her that she telepathically kind of
pressured him
into, but that's primarily because in her honesty, she was trying to make the point of how this is not a date, this is an apology. I can hold myself back in that regard. And he's like, oh, well.
But at the same time, if he said no, I would die because this is the first time I've ever asked someone out on a date, right?
So,
and she doesn't know that he's a psychic, right? So, you know, this is all just her own nervousness and stuff.
But the thing is that kind of honest, emotional kind of aspect of this is something that actually won him over a little bit, even though a lot of it was,
through.
Oh God, please don't say no.
Right, he doesn't want to crush her. It was sort of like a okay.
Right, in some ways, he was being Santa for her because her wish was one.
Right.
She was like, please, God, kami, you know, please. Like, and then he ended up being kind of the wish granter later in the episode with the Santa stuff. So it was a cool way of seeing Saiki kind of being like, yeah, I have things that I want, yeah.
But you know,
God, these people
he can kaiki his way into being like, I'm doing this selfishly. It's fine, right? And the thing is, he actually ended up having a great time.
He had a great time.
Like and a lot of it was because Teruhashi was able to realize, I know what he likes.
Yeah.
Some of it, at least.
She has been doing research.
Right. Now, she thinks that he likes her, which is not the case, but, you know, that's more of an assumption on her part, right? But the whole thing of, like, he loves sweets, right? We'll get cake, it'll be great, right?
And he's like, well, okay, I mean, you can have, like, a few more pieces of cake.
Right, exactly. And it's like, oh, her brother's coming. We should move. Oh, but what if we had more cake? That's fair.
That's true.
Compelling arguments. That's, you know.
And he was so enthralled, if you will, and focused on Teruhashi that he ended up missing the fact that the guy came within like 12 inches of him, you know?
And if you think about it, with what we've set up for Saiki, that's actually really sweet because it's to the point where he needed some doohickey MacGuffin ring in order to block out all the voices. And it was like pure bliss and ecstasy of like, holy shit, it's quiet, right?
Yep.
And then for this, it's the, I'm able to actually just focus on her, and then, you know, everything else sort of drowns out. Now, granted, a lot of it was
Right.
how do I make it so that she doesn't like me?
Right.
But
But
from another perspective, if it's the, I literally have no idea what's going on around us.
True. True. Something going on, yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand of things here, he's feeling very put upon at a lot of times because people be stupid and trying to put him in these ridiculous situations. And his dad, not able to be Santa because he threw out his lower back after he demanded that Saiki save him from the distress of a stubbed toe.
Right.
Yes, sure.
And I love that the way that Saiki actually like deals with people having physical discomfort. It's just by rewinding time 24 hours. Like that's such a, and he even does that for his TV. Like that, as far as like
excessive use of power
Right.
to solve the most mundane problem. I think that's one of the things that I really like about stories like this, where you blend the fantastical and the comedy, is that kind of shit just happens because the normal desires of people are like, I want to have a good night's sleep, and it's like, okay, what will you do in order to just have a good night's sleep?
Yep. Right.
The far reaches of
Indeed.
effort, yes.
And that can be something that can be done for comedy and for silly antics and stuff, but then it can also be done for things that are very sweet. Of, all of a sudden, I'm going to be Santa and deliver this gift, but this kid's parents are fighting and they might separate.
No.
And he just wants to have a happy Christmas dinner with his parents as a family.
Well,
Okay, I will go and do whatever the work is, make that problem go away, so that way the parents can, have their situation resolved. I thought he was just going to do like some shared telepathy or something. Or no, that would reveal his powers, right? That wouldn't work. But like, I thought it was
there's also a third person involved in this, and they're not necessarily as stupid as his parents are.
Well, and his parents, they understand that their boy's psychic, so if they start reading each other's minds, they're just like, oh, that's Saiki doing that. And okay.
Right.
But like Saiki had to work hard to do that. Now, granted, he's very good, so he was back in like an instant or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, super fun episode. The skits at the end were a lot shorter, so I wonder if there was a format change of some kind that brought about basically having a bunch of rapid fire New Year's related ones, and kind of shifted the character focus, which was fun. But I was like, wait a minute, this feels almost like to the pacing of like a 4-coma, little like skit here.
I am very curious what kind of format the manga takes, because even if it like isn't a 4-coma,
it's definitely not a 4-coma.
Oh, okay,
There's no way.
But like the structure of the jokes and how tight it is, like it's just.
I would say there's no way it is, because of the way that the bigger skits run. The jokes are spread out enough that that's not the case. But yeah, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, really cool stuff. We've got what was it? We had
the TV salesman.
The TV salesman, but also just the new year in general, leading to a lot of developments and changes for the characters as everyone's growing up.
Beryl making a comment about, this is my first meal of the year. It's like, wait, but it's the 20th of January. What's going on?
But also this being a thing where they're not all going to be in high school forever.
That's true.
And if this is a story where we have a high school comedy, sometimes they'll break the fourth wall and just have time essentially be frozen so they can be doing this story forever.
And we could actually have that happen where Saiki's just like, you know what? I'm going to do mass, hypnosis to make it so that high school lasts 4 years.
He could actually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, there you go. The story keeps going. And
to make the human body age to be 250.
Sure.
So then the high school would also
high school goes on for 50 years, and it's no big
12
deal.
years, yeah.
Right, yeah. Yep. And Yep.
Yeah.
That could totally be a thing.
But good fun stuff. We've got we got a lot to look forward to. I like Kobayasu's kind of place he's got in the story, but given that we still haven't seen Guy in the money bath, and grandparents, and then there was one other person I think in the OP that we haven't seen yet. But let's see if they get brought up soon. But yeah. Anything you want to bring up?
Well, so you mentioned something about a story of
I just wanted to mention the thing with the TV guy.
Yeah.
So I used to work at Best Buy at one point, and price matching was absolutely a thing that they would do, and it's horrendously annoying as a salesperson to basically see people be like, "Hold on." And they just sit there looking through websites trying to find a price for a thing there. And we'd literally be like, okay, if you're literally looking for a good price match here, there's apps that will do the whole thing for you. Like, please, for the love of God, stop wasting my time. Because once you've engaged with the customer and they're looking to purchase, if you leave and they don't purchase, management would get upset at you for doing that. So,
but
if they're going to price match or what have you, the trick is doing exactly what this guy did, is you basically then turn them on to upselling stuff. And it was so annoying to have them be like, I want a price match to get $1 less off of this pair of headphones. I'm like, sure, yes. And I'm literally thinking in my head, if they went to this site, they'd price match and get like $17 less. But no.
Because you're wasting my time.
Because you're wasting my time, I'm not going to help you with that.
Right.
Oh, because there'd be customers that would come in and they'd be like, hey, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing. Here's the price matching things that'll adjust it. And I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
And it's just like, thank
yeah, it's nice and quick. I'm like, thank you very much. Eventually, I ended up selling phones, and that way I did not have to wait for the nonsense of the customers at the TV section or the headphone section, which is where I did work at a point, and that was awful. But phones, you just sit down and they're like, I want this phone. I'm like, yes, you do. Wonderful. And then I sit down and set the whole thing up, and then they go and they have their phone. They're happy.
Right.
And they think I'm like amazing for setting it all up. I'm like, yeah, I've done this 100 times.
Simple,
It's
basic,
easy.
kind of experience.
Yeah, and I also get to sit at a computer, which is wonderful. But yeah.
But yeah, like I loved that Saiki used his powers for something as silly, but also like, that's what being able to use your superpowers for. That would be awesome. Of just like, yes, in this other prefecture, there is a store that sells this item.
And then with his like, with his prescience or what have you, he then is able to take a psychic photo, which then he
just show it to the
to show that it's there.
like that. Like if you're gonna require a photo of something from another store, you might as well not like do price matching. Like what's the point?
No, honestly, one of the things that they would not let you do is using it with a photo, because what they would do is they would take photos of things where the item, like the photo could be old, it could be like from another time,
that's a good
or what
point.
have you. And another thing that people would do quite often is they would move the price stickers around on things to try and get you to basically give the wrong price for it.
Gotcha.
Because they think that, that's the price. But if you have the SKU, if you have the actual thing on that, then you can look it up and go, oh yeah, that is legit. Yeah. Because oftentimes the annoying thing was that Amazon was the one that had the lower priced version of the item.
And that's probably what it's made to compete against, because it's the big Bezos,
the non brick and mortar store. So
right.
I just found that to be hilarious.
Yeah, but then he ends up getting sold on the on the jelly maker. Like as far as
it's practically a scam. Like those kinds of things are just gimmicky gizmos.
But
so awful.
Saiki will absolutely use the shit out of it. He will
and it'll break in like 3 months.
And he will happily rewind time on it for every day over his TV, right? And just keep doing that.
That's true.
To make sure that it still works and he can still get his
warranty.
coffee jelly.
I am the warranty.
Right, I am the one who knocks.
I am the one who guarantees.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Good stuff.
Well, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next
time.